Okay, this is in response to judging by the name. And I totally agree that at a certain point in time, um, your name does define you, like in the business world, in society itself. I'm one of those people who have um, a unique name. It's not necessarily a quote unquote um, ghetto name or a project name. It's just one of those names that is unique by stature. Like people will be like, "Oh, I've never heard that," and so they kind of stand up and take notice. So I kind of slide under the bar with the unique name, and um, but I definitely, wouldn't want to have my kid that I might have in the future or whatever at a disadvantage because of their name. I wouldn't want to, name her Bonquisha or Assassin or, um, just stuff that's out the woodwork. I just, Demonte or something like that. I don't know. But I definitely would want to name, my kid Christopher or Shannon or something that was a little bit more traditional. Um, I'm not going to even put a label on it to say ghetto or hood names. I'm going to say traditional names and untraditional names. And then you have a unique category, which is the gray area of the names. Um, I feel like they would mold a child into what they could be or what they couldn't be. And I feel like that some people don't really recognize that when they do name their kids, um, that they are shaping them for future things because it's just reality in the business world and in society as a whole. If you look at a name and you say, "Oh wow, like Demonte wants to come be a part of our company, but so does Brian." And guess what? Brian and Demonte are black, and they really don't know, but they're gonna pull Brian's application first because Brian just seems a little bit more friendlier than Demonte. So they haven't seen pictures of either, and when Brian walks in the office and he's also black, they still have to stand up and take notice. And this is the decision they made. And so I feel like we need to give ourselves as much advantage as possible. But if you want to be non-traditional, you can leave the non-traditional segment to your middle name. And if your child wants to go by their middle name throughout life, and on paper just go by their first name or whatever, they can do that. They definitely well can do that. And I feel like it's an individual statement either way. But I think as people of color, then we need to give ourselves as much advantage as possible. And having non-traditional names, unfortunately, does put us in backwards in society, which is crappy, but it is reality. Um, I personally am choosing, if I do, have kids or whatever, to actually um, decide with my life partner that, you know, I do want a traditional name for my kid or any of them if I have multiple. Um, because I would rather my kid have an easier life because of their name versus a harder life. So, in response, I do totally agree. Yep, names do mold people, and society um, does pass judgment on names. And so, just think about it. Just think about the name. And this is in response to Studware's TV um, question or subject judging by the name. So, enjoy. Thank you. And keep posting.